Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Everyone's having a fantastic and wonderful day today. That was the wrong button. Let's push that one instead. Everyone is having a great and fantastic day. It is Friday. It is the end of the week, which is awesome. So, yay! Which is fantastic. I am absolutely not late. I totally didn't have stuff to do before this and didn't get it done, but that's okay. That's okay. We are here. We're going to program. We are not going to get distracted by anything else. We're going to work on belts because this is Project Belt Game and doesn't have belts in it yet. So we need to fix that. We need to fix that. So we will get into that. We will do that. However, there is going to be a distraction. Haha, because I haven't eaten yet. So I have nuggets of the chicken being cooked. Where's my button here? That one in. So that I will be able to eat the food and then stay awake, because that's the plan. That's the plan. Okay. So yeah, it's Friday. Yeah, it is. It's Friday. Ooh, everyone knows Friday. So shall we jump over to you? Whoa. Hang on. Let's turn. Sorry, I got a thing on my headset I was trying. No. Bad. Sounds bad. Okay. Shall we jump over? Let's jump over. Let's go to here. I will have myself down here. Okay. And we will do things. Storm Chaser, hello, good evening. I hope you are having a fantastic day and have had a fantastical week and that everything is awesome and wonderful and fantastical. I truly hope. So yeah. So we have the ability to put down our and we have the ability to put in belts, which you can't actually tell. Whoa, that's quick. Which way they're facing though. I need to fix that. Add it to stuff here, so I don't want to do. Oh, remake system is done. We don't need that. Get rid of that. So yeah, so we have our belts doing the thing there. They are not technically correct. So yeah, that's turning very, very quickly, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. So yeah, so we have those. What we need to do is figure out what's going on here. Yes, I know what's going on here. I know exactly what's going on here. Hold on. I might have to remake those these. Hold on. Where's our prefabs? Here. Yeah. Because if see, they are. Yeah, I need to change the pivot point on this, which means I also need to bring in the CPU, like so. I need to unpack this completely. Oh, you've got all the connection points. We don't need them. We can get rid of those. We don't need any of those. So that's cool. Let's put this into Pro Builder and let's Pro Builderize this. Import cods, do not do smoothing, go. We good? Are we good? I think we're good. Cool. Okay, and then I want to go to, let's turn off this here. I want to go to the CPU socket. I've got underneath it. And I need two. Can I? That is at 0 by 0. Okay, so I need to make sure the CPU is over there, but also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It needs to come over by like 0.1 as well, like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so halfway through wouldn't be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, okay, so that's a little annoying because the actual center of it, because it's it's an even number, so the center of it is in between the two, and I don't want that, so we're gonna have to slightly offset it. So that'll be okay. That won't matter. That won't matter. So long as we offset the CPU by the same amount, it will be fine. Okay, so pick this here. So I want to select this guy. And then can I set this as the pivot? Apparently I can. Awesome. Okay. So this is now set it to 0. Put on. There you go. I want to reset the box collider. Yep, there we go. Awesome. Okay. And the CPU needs to be enabled. And then this needs to be moved over. Where's the CPU? What's this? This needs to be over by 1 and down by 1 like that. Okay, turn off this guy. This is the problem with everything I'm doing basically with this whole thing. It's oh, what's happened here? What has happened here? Hold on. Can we why can't I select those faces? Why can't I select those faces? Emble, hello, good evening. Right, let's merge those faces. Merge those ones. Merge those ones. Merge those ones. Why was that topography so broken? That's because I had a Pro Builder right here, wasn't it? Yeah, look at this. This is all broken down the sides again here. That's very annoying. That is very annoying. Yeah, it's not, it doesn't, I don't know why. It must optimize the mesh or something when I import it. That must be what it's doing. Read write is true. Should probably turn that off as well. But I don't know how to yeah. Maybe we have to export these as something different. I don't know. Do I want to go around fixing that? Does it matter? Not really. I'll probably try and get some better models anyway. Or remake them or something at some point. So this is just for testing. So this will be fun. Okay, so let's you do not have a box collider, which is very bizarre. Why do you not have a box collider? You do not have a box collider. That's interesting. I guess I didn't bother with the with the CPU having a box collider. Well, I need it to have a box collider because otherwise we're not going to be able to raycast against it. So let's put a box collider in. It can just literally be a box. It doesn't particularly matter. So yeah. Okay, right. So let's export this. Do I want to try it? I want to try something different. Maybe later we'll try something different. Let's just export it as a prefab. And then we want to go to this one. Oh no, I messed up. What the hell's happened here? Oh, mesh render. Right, no. It is scaled to 0.1. It's okay, it's fine. It's a fine. Pro builder export as a prefab into prefabs. Doop. There you go. Right, and then if we go into our prefabs here, we can go into our pro builder models and we can delete these two. We've got our sockets, we can delete those two. We go to our components, we can delete those two. And then this goes into pro builder models, that goes into pro builder models, that goes into CPU, that goes into sockets. We then duplicate this and call it ghost, and then we duplicate this and call this one the ghost. Okay, this is on the ignore raycast layer. This is on the ignore raycast layer. Hide these again here because we don't need to worry about those. Okay, and then we go back into our scriptable objects, CPU, ghost, it and ghost. I need a better way of doing this. Okay, now play one. Now is this aligned properly with the grid? It is aligned properly with the grid. Oh, and we're getting this random error again that we had last time that I thought I solved. Rotate input buffer has not been added to the entity. Huh? What? Yes, it has. It's here. What now? You have to be added to the buffer. You have to for this to work. Don't. We get the buffer. It's not telling me where it's failed. This is the problem. All the error messages are in Unity system, the input system. Script input system 100. How can this not be? How can this fail? How can you not get the buffer when this script cannot run in a... Oh no, of course, this is a separate thing. Oh, I really need to get rid of this and use the standard input action system and do roll my own performed, because this just doesn't make any sense. Okay. Let me grab my chicken nuggets. I'll be right back. Hang on. So, not going to get distracted with something else and then something breaks. This is constantly breaking on us, so I need to fix this. This is just bad. This is just bad. Okay, this perform thing is it's not reliable. It's not reliable. So let's change this back to manager. Okay, because I thought that was a problem. It's not the problem. It's not the problem. So I don't want to do this perform thing here. Okay. Move value, look value. Do current movement. Okay. So is it a vector 2? I don't think it is a vector 2. What does it return? Hold on. What does rotate do? It's an axis. What is an axis? Is an axis a button will start an action when a button is pressed. Formed when the press threshold. Cancel when the button is going below the threshold. Also, button is ready to press, and that's that the button must be released first. After action will not explicitly start and will never cancel. But for every value change on the build-up, the action will perform. Ah, okay. Right. Why is this set to gamepad? All devices. All control schemes. What? Letters, numbers listed using access. No. No, that's not the thing I'm looking for. No access to 1D action in the new. It's read to float. Okay, so what I thought it was float. Rotate equals rotate action dot read value if oh excuse me rotate does not equals 0. We want to rotate. And we want to rotate with the rotate function. Let's rename this to rotate. There you go. Okay, right. So that's fine. However, this doesn't work. This doesn't work, and I'll show you for why. Play. Okay. If I hold the button, it is rotating over and over and over and over and over, which is not what I want. I want it to rotate once, and that's it. Is there a buffer dot? There's no buffer dot set. Okay, so right, that's fine. So I think what I want to do is in the placement system, maybe. Instead of reading every buffer, I literally just want to read the first one, and that's it. I don't want to read every single buffer. But then if you hold the button down, it will constantly loop, won't it? Which is a problem. So I need a way to rotating here. So and we're not rotating, then rotating equals true, and then the rotate value equals there. And then I come down here, if rotate value is equal to 0, then rotating equals false. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. If I hold the button down, it doesn't rotate, and if I let go, because if it gets a single input, so if this is not 0 and we are not rotating, then say we are rotating and do the rotate, so it has one buffer to it, which means it will rotate once 90 degrees, and then so long as I'm holding the button down, this is true, but this is false, and this is false. So that works. There you go. Okay, I should have done that ages ago. Okay, this should also be kind of not. This should be an import manager, right? Let's hope that fixes the problem of stuff doing nuts, broken things. So let's get on to belts. Okay, we'll figure out how to make belts look like they know what they're going there. So, what do we need to know? The belt needs to know if there is a belt in front of it and its final destination. Chicken nuggets are good. They would also need to know if they are the final belt. Or they need to be handled differently. Yeah, okay. And when we place a belt down, we'll have to do something like a puller or something. We'll have to figure out. So if the belt is the final belt, then we need to, instead of handing over to the next belt in front, we need to hand over to the destination. Yeah. Okay, so that's belt data. That's fine. So when we placement system. Oh, what I need to do is I need to go to my belt in the prefabs, belt piece. Oh, I need to get a belt authoring script, don't I? Yes. Oh, there is something else as well we might need to know in the belt data. The speed. We need to know how fast they move items. Yeah. Okay. We also need to do a couple of things. We need to create a this shouldn't really go in belts though, should it? Or should it? Item buffer. This should be called an item buffer. That shouldn't really go into belts. Now I think about it. This should go into its own script system, which is also in moving items. Do that, definitely. Okay. This is going to be an buffer element later. In belts for the minute, we can always move it later. Not going to be an entity. So we should call it item in a minute. We're going to have a public float speed, which is going to equals 1f by default. And then down here we will go entity equals get entity. Transform usage flags up none, because we're not fussed about that. Add component. Entity, comma, new belt data. Okay. And belt speed equals authoring dot speed. So anyone we need to save. All the rest of them can be blank. That's fine. And then add buffer entity, comma, new item buffer. Like that. Okay, so that one's done differently. Right, okay. We had the iron buffer, so it's got one. We can have as many items as we want. Also, belt data does need another. No, it doesn't. No. I'm using a buffer system for the entity moving item because it's easier to do it that way. It's int, which is it's going to need a couple of things in it. We're just going to storage capacity for the moment. Get it working. Then we need to do storage capacity by type because the item's going to have a type. But right now I'm just going to do one thing here. So let's create a baker for this. And a baker. Int. Storage capacity equals 1 for the moment. Make sure it's got a number. Entity equals get entity. Transform usage flags dot none. Add component. Entity comma new component data. Capacity equals altering dot capacity. Okay. When we're trying to put items into the component, we can just go, hey, do you have enough stuff for that? So yeah, we'll have to figure this out as we go. So we may have multiple input buffers. Right now I've just got an item buffer, but I might have an item buffer for each individual type of thing. So we'll see how that goes. Right. Okay, so right. Oh, hello. Did I mess you up? Oh, you know what I did? You know what I did? You know what I did? I'll tell you what I did. I was so busy trying to figure out the topology of this because it was all broken. I didn't actually then go and fix any of it. So, yeah. Oh. Okay, so can I select? Very weird. I'm having struggling to select faces. I don't know. Is that the sensor? That is the sensor, right? So set pivot point, and then we go back up by 2. Boom, there you go. So now the items pivot point is down there on the ground, which is exactly what we want. Awesome. Save. And then we need to export this once again. Mirror objects. Oh, I could build half of it and then mirror it. Ah, I never really thought of that. Okay, reset the box collider. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Back on 0 by 0. Right, now we need to export you again. Oh. It is just so, the amount of times I've redone this now, it is madness. Duplicate. Ghost. Fine. Then you want to add a component maker. That, okay, your storage capacity is 1, which is fine. Oh, no. Just remove the box collider. I don't think the Ghost need a box collider. I'm not sure though. Yeah, no. That's weird. You should be doing that. Move Ghost job. Move Ghost job. Move Ghost job. Where's Move Ghost job? This is why I should always equal 0. It should always snap to the bottom of the world. So, okay. So if I play and I put one of these down and then I try to put another one down with it, it just won't do it. It just goes through. Which will also fix this one on the side here, won't it? Yeah. Cool. That fixes that error there. Okay. I also very, very much want to change these walls, but we'll do that later. Right. Okay. So It's okay. No. Right. Okay. So, right. So now a belt needs to. Can I add a new thing in here? What's Collider? Interesting. Are you above the ground? I messed up your positioning. Might have done. Make it 0.1. Yeah, I think I've messed up your. You are slightly above the ground, which is not my intent, but oh well. 0.05. It tells me which way it's facing now. Cool. Just it's only applicable to the ghost. I may, however, do that. Nope, still shows through. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be able to show through. Well, for the minute, it'll work fine. It just tells me the rotation. Shouldn't need to know. Shouldn't need to know. So, I want to be able to put down a. Right, so let's do it. So, boom, put that down there. Put a chip on top of that. Awesome. What's that? Just slow down that rotation. Go into the scene. Go to the CPU. Let's scroll down a little bit here. We have component data. The storage. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. How do we something for a little bit later, but how do I do something like this where I can tick multiple things like here, so I can tag? Nope, not that. What's the is it one of these down here? Collision things, isn't it? Where is it? Yeah. How do I do something like that? How do I do multiple? That might be useful because a CPU might have like multiple instructions in it. Wrong. Excuse me, that's wrong. Right. What do I call it? Items. I don't want to call them items. I don't think I do call them packages, because they're packets. Packet manager. Okay, and in the packets we should have 2 scripts, which should both be this here. We're going to have the packet input buffer, the output buffer. We're then going to have another, which is packet data. Okay. Packet data is going to have a thing down here which is going to have an enum of all the different types of stuff we're going to need. So public enum packet types. So we'll have none to start with. The ones I think of is we're going to have, well, let's go with 3. So there's a CPU, GPU, and SPU was never used as a sound processing unit. Let's go compute. Graphics, sound. There's going to be many more of these. There's going to be many more of these because, like, compute requires like instruction sets and stuff to be added to it. So in my component script, where are we? Yeah, blueprint. So CPU. This is going to have some more stuff put onto it. It's going to have to know what packets you can deal with. It's going to want to know the processing speed. Or at least the base processing speed. Okay, let's open this up here. We've got here, so we got flexible, the information, the prefab, the ghost, the buildable socket if you want to build a socket, and the socket ID, which is something it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter if I change this, it will go back. That's purely so I could copy paste stuff because I wasn't doing a UI work yet. Okay, so down here we're going to have a public enum and multiple choice from the inspector. What? I don't even know. This is the old on GUI stuff. I want that. Can I? Oh, so apparently we can take it as a flags thing. So in here, we'll tag this as a flags. Okay, everything. And if I come here and I go a public packet types, we add the capabilities. Is that's not how you spell capabilities, is it? Good lord, I spelled it right first time. Wow. Okay. Save all that. Okay. But you can see. So now when I go to our build objects, maybe some of this down so I'm not doing. Yeah. Boom. I go to the CPU. Has capabilities, and I can tick things. None. Compute graphics. Right. I think I need to do something here. Right. It's not doing the thing I wanted it to do. Oh, somebody. I'm learning things. So I need to do that. Right, that's not a thing. Hidden flags is not a thing. Hidden buttons. Doesn't seem right. No GUI implementation. Oops. Okay, so So that's a custom property draw. That's not quite what I want to do with that. Okay, with system flex actually and give it the backing the type that's intro. Okay, so maybe I need to do something here. Which equals three. Okay. Okay, cool. So now what I need to do is get rid of that. Okay. So I need to manually assign these to make sure the system works. Okay, it's a little bit more complicated, but it means I can then go compute, graphics, sound, which becomes everything, and if I untick graphics, it's ticking them correctly. You can't see them. It's by my head. I'm right in the way of this. You cannot see what I've been doing here. What an idiot. Let me go over here. And I have this, so that's what this is doing. This facts field makes it the drop down be the same as a layer drop down, so you can tick multiple things. But what it was doing was that I was clicking compute and the graphics, and it was instantly going to everything. And then when I click sound, it went to nothing, and it wasn't assigned properly, because you have to manually assign the bit shift numbers here. What you're trying to find. You can still search inside this by name, but you need to do this for the UI to know what it's doing. That's cool. So that means now we can, in the UI, build our CPU and go, hey, I want this CPU to be able to do compute. And that's it. And we can have a bigger list here with different things. So we'd have like different instruction sets and stuff. That's the idea of it. And graphics will not just be graphics, because there are many different types of graphics. And sound will not just be that. There are many different types of sound as well. So yeah. Categories component. That's your GUID. That's information which will be the blurb, because I want blurb for stuff there. Make that a lot smaller. 15%. The prefab and the ghost prefab, we'll have to sort something out with this later. I will probably figure this out. I don't know how to. Object socket, and then yeah, this is just off. Yeah, right. Okay, time to go bit. So then I want to have a I'll put a gap in here. Testing speed. There are it wasn't a BR, was there? No. Property space. That's exactly the same thing there. I wanted to put a line across there. Inspector. Showing inspector serialized field. Let me just, I just want to see. Oh, there's a inline inspectors. Display as string. This one I do. Title. That's what I wanted. This is just purely for me. Sorry. Title equals specifications. Okay. Okay. So there's all the blurb, and then we've got specifications. So this is the part down. You can't see it again because I'm in the way. Right. This is the part that needs to be filled out for what the actual thing does in game. Okay. Interestingly, this is. Using me. Wanderer, hello, good evening. I hope you are having a wonderful and very, very, very peaceful day. Minimum lights, maximum lights. Ah, okay. Okay, right, I get it, okay. So it will become bigger as we start putting it. So if we go 5 by 5, then the window's big enough for what we want to do, and we can add more blurb to it as we want to go. Cool. Okay, right. Yeah. What I wanted to do, I wanted to shrink that down ages ago so you could see what I was doing down here, but messed it up. With Try Inspector, I can also do stuff like we can always make sure that capabilities equal something, for instance. What was the processing speed of the 8080? The Intel 8080 went from 2 to 3.125 megahertz. Megahertz. Oh, okay. Let's make this a 2 megahertz processor. So kind of basing it roughly on the real world stuff, but realistically I need to move away from a lot of the real world stuff and make it more game compatible. As in, you have a processor, it runs at 1 megahertz. It doesn't matter what the processor is, it's just the processor. And then you can research stuff. So like we'd start with, maybe instead of starting with a big processor like we've got here, but I'm just testing right now. You might start with one that's only got 5 pins on either side, so you've got 10 sockets. And then you'd research, well, what do I want to research? Do I want to research a bigger processor so it's got more throughput? So I can put more stuff into it? Do I want to research the speed on it? Do I want to research new architecture? That sort of thing. Do I want to change the socket, for instance, because maybe the dual inline pin thing just isn't going to work because it's going to become much too big eventually. So we want to research a different style socket. And then obviously if you research a new socket, you have to research a new processor, but you have to unlock the socket first before you could then start researching processors for that socket. I'd like to have something a bit like software engineer, software inc. The software game where you're a software engineer, but when you like create your program, you can pick what you want your program to have depending on the technologies available to you. So like, you know, you create a new paint program and you can add 3D to it, you can add custom brushes to it, and all these things add to the research. That's what I'd like to be able to do. So when you want to research a new processor, you can pick what you want in the processor. So you can go, well, I want a processor that can just do compute and make it as fast as possible. So it might be quicker than if you research one that had 2 instruction sets in it. But if you didn't have the other instruction sets, you can't then obviously use it. You can't take contracts that do that. So it's going to be a bit like you can build your own custom processor and custom sockets. So like you pick a socket and go, well, I want the socket to have dual inline will obviously only ever be like this. Dual inline will only ever be, you know, it's got 1 row on one side and 1 row on the other side. That's dual inline. And you'll start off with a smaller one, and then you can research and you can add additional rows to it. Then you can change to another socket which will be a square one, so it'll have connections on either side. And you can upgrade the connections on the square ones there. So you might still be, I mean, don't see any reason why you couldn't technically put a 100-pin processor in, you know, with 50 pins on either side. A bit excessive, but you could do it, I suppose. So if I want to go that route with it, and I have absolutely no idea how I'm even going to contemplate doing that sort of thing, realistically, I only need to create a couple of things like I don't need to necessarily create each different socket. I just need a way of having the socket extend. It has to have the end bits on it because we don't want to have any inputs on the ends. I need to figure out a way to make it bigger. Which means it would have to be generated on the fly. I do not know how to do that. Well, I kind of do. I can resize things, so that wouldn't be a problem. The issue to resizing this is that it would then stretch the ends. So I need to figure out how to resize it without messing that up. And then all I have to do is I have to do repeating textures on it, but with the end bits, which is stuff I don't know how to do. I'll be honest with you, stuff I don't know how to do. So I'm sure we can figure it out. I don't know how, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Maybe I'd have to make sections, like cut this end off and then have this as a section, and then you just repeat it along. I don't know how to do that with square processors though. I suppose square processors would just be the same thing. You'd have a, yeah, you drawing lines easy, but a square processor socket would be, well, I suppose you could make them, Intel's done rectangular ones, so you could say how many pins do you want it to have. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But anyway, right now we have this here. But we put this down here. So we have a CPU, and the CPU has a component storage, component data on it with storage capacity. Now, I also need to add to this component needs to add an input buffer and output buffer. That needs to be, I don't know how to make things programmably. We will try that though. We will try that. Let me go to my to do. Okay, done that. Done that. So changeable socket CPU sizes. I still want to have like PCI and stuff like that as well. That's the technology you just unlock. But then PCI can be scaled as well. PCI is basically dual inline socket, but it's different. in you required minutes for CPU based on added features. So if you want to keep adding stuff to like the CPU, so I want to add this instruction set, that instruction set, it's got to be a certain size. Actually, mark on that one as well. So maybe it would be, you know, you build the processor and go, well, this processor, I want to add these features. So the minimum size of it is going to be this big. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I would need to create a socket for that because, you know, it's got to be a minimum of, you know, whatever millimeters squared or whatever it's going to be. So, because what I don't want to do is be able to have people to basically take this this processor and make it uber mega fantastic wonderful, like it's super fast. That's not really gonna work. I know it's a bit weird though, because the Arduino uses a dual inline socket for its processor, and that's pretty damn fast. But the CPU would have to be like so many millimeters squared for each. So like compute requires, I mean, this is only the processor here. The rest of it is just legs. Each connection must be this big. So that's fine. But if you crowd too much into this, it wouldn't fit on the actual die itself. Okay. Anyway, this is conveyor belts. What am I doing? This is conveyor belts. So, I have save that. So we have this, and we have processing speed. Okay, this is a script object for it, but now I'm going to dynamically make these. So we'll go with this for the minute, and we'll come to change it later. We have a packet output buffer, and we have a packet input buffer. So you need to have another piece of information added to you, which is your storage. Now I added that to this here, and I shouldn't have done that because nothing should be added to these by default. It should all be on the scriptable object, and we can dynamically make scriptable objects.
Thanks for the raid, Huanaris,
Wow.
and welcome you 7 lovely people.
Hello, welcome in. You exterminating more starships. I see. Excellently done. Well done. I hope you've been having a fantastic and wonderful day. And everything has been awesome and wonderful. Squirrels! All the squirrels. We're getting very distracted by squirrels.
Thanks for the raid, Vanzan85.
Vanzan as well. Hello again. Thank you very,
people.
very much for the raid. Thank you, thank you. You are both very legendary. I hope you have both been enjoying your time exterminating Starship Troopers. Yep, that's definitely what you do. Exterminating Starship Troopers. I hope that was a lot of fun. Oh, they're green. Hey, there we go. It does work. Awesome. Right, so yeah, I don't want to add that. We don't want that. That's not what I want us to do here. Rah. Ah! Look at them go. So, yeah. We don't want this. We don't want the when we place an item, this is question. Instantiate the pudding profab. We get the local transform, set the local transform. That's fine. We give it a new buildable object data. But what we want to do here is we want to give it a new component data. If it's a component, we want to give it a component data. And the component data will store stuff like what it's capable of doing, its speed, that sort of stuff. Right now we're getting out from scriptable objects. I don't know if we can create. I know you can create scriptable objects via code. They don't save, however, when you create them via code. They can be created dynamically. The problem is I don't know about runtime baking. But right now, all our buildable objects are here. We add a buildable list. I don't know whether I can, at runtime, create a scriptable object and add it to this list, and it will bake in with the other ones. The problem to that, though, is this is a mono behavior. So it might have to resort to using a mono behavior to add to this buildable list. Or not. Or, rather than creating a scriptable object added to this one, we could just create a new buildable object data based off the thing we're doing and add to it. We'd have to create unique GUIs for them, though, which is kind of awkward to do at runtime. Unless you generate a bunch of them and it just picks from the index of them. the player potentially run out of them? I don't know. Other way of so what I'm doing right now is the CPU, we add a socket to it and we go, this can only fit a certain socket. So I was going to create like every CPU myself and you just research through them in like a tech tree, but if I want to do kind of dynamic stuff where you can add things to it, which is what I'd rather do, if I'm honest with you, it's going to be way more complicated, but I think I'd definitely rather do it that way. It can't have a buildable object socket. It's got to have a way to know whether that socket's going to work with it or not. I suppose it could just do it based on pins for the sockets. You know, if you are a 84-pin processor, you can plug into an 84-pin socket, providing your type of socket and your yeah, so we can have socket types. We can hard code the socket types. But there's dip, there's LGA, PGA. Slots, technically, I don't know if you want to do slot stuff. Okay, we'll leave this like this for a minute. This is fine. I need to get the belts working. So, what I need to do is in here, we have processing speed. I need the cache. Allowed it to have a little bit of memory. Right, so yeah. So I need a public int it's going to need a cache size, which I'm going to store in kilobits. I don't know. Right, that's not helpful. Nope, that doesn't. I don't know what it's stacking RAM. What does it mean by stack in RAM? That means it didn't have any cache in it whatsoever. Let's just do this. Okay, so the idea is going to be that this is how many the cache size is going to be how much the processor can hold, how many packets the processor can hold. So we'll do everything with packets. It's not going to be actual megabytes, kilobytes, whatever. It's going to be based on packets. So your bus moves packets around. One packet arrives at the processor, it processes the packet, and then it outputs it. So this processor can only deal with one at a time because it has no internal cache. So, come up on the bus, the belt, to wherever it is, and then it will leave again, so that'll be fine. Okay, so I need two packet output buffer and a packet input buffer. Okay, so we need to add these two to the thing. So this needs to have public packets type packet type. That's all that needs. That's all that needs. It just needs to know what packet it is. That's basically it. It just needs to know when it creates a packet, it'll put a packet on a belt. It just needs to know what that packet is. It doesn't need to know about the size or anything else whatsoever. It just needs to know what that packet is. And that's it. So is it a computer graphics or a sound packet? Awesome. That'll do. Okay, you just store a packet, and that packet stores the data. So if we then change any of this, it can be got by the buffers. The buffers are basically how we go. So we right. So if I go to here, so the cache size is going to be 1 by default. It can't be less than that because otherwise it won't work. It can be higher than that, but it's going to be 1 by default. So in my placement system, I want to go if oh, excuse me, boolean data dot category is equals to boolean category dot component. So we are putting a component down. Let's go add buffer, input buffer, sorry, packet input buffer, buffer element data. What? Oh, sorry. Yeah, so we'll have an input and an output buffer. And then we will basically check against the not necessarily the building data, but we'll check against the I need to add component data. Yes. So I don't want storage data. That's not what I want. And you add an item buffer. That's also not what I want here, I don't think. You need to add a package buffer. No, you need to add an input and output buffer. So let's get rid of that item buffer. Hold on. Where did I put that? Oops. Yeah, get rid of that. This wants to have a package. Why would you not recommend this? Okay, output buffer. Okay, so you get an input and output buffer. Yep, okay. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. So we have a packet input and output buffer. That's fun. Because the belts are going to do the same as the components. So that's right. But component data doesn't want to have a storage capacity. We don't care about that. It wants to have a cache. Cache size. Public capabilities, public float, processing speed. Okay, and then in the placement system here, if you're a component, if we put a socket down, we do that. If we put down a belt, belts are being handled by themselves. Okay, because all belts will be the same. Even if we dynamically increase the belt speed, it's one thing. So add component, NC combat new. Oh, of course, I've called this component data, haven't I? Oh no, we don't want that. We don't even want the component data anymore. Get rid of the maker. Don't need that anymore. Um, and the data cache size equals building data dot I need to transfer this all into the building data as well, don't I? Buildings. Yeah. Wait, do I? Hold on. Hold on. Buildable object data. Is that what I want? A buildable object data buffer. Ah, okay. Okay, so everything I've added to this, I need to add to this. So I need to add all of these. Here, I need to go cache size, this one? I don't know. Well, basically things out here. Capabilities. Capabilities equals authoring I dot. Nope, not authoring I. Authoring dot buildables I dot capabilities. Processing equals authoring dot buildables I dot speed and cache size equals authoring dot buildable cache size. Are you expecting a bracket? Oh, yeah. Because of that one. Okay. Parentheses, sorry. Whatever they're called. I don't even know anymore. Okay. Equals building data dot cache size capabilities equals building data dot capabilities processing speed equals building data dot processing speed. Yay! Now we can look up the component data and the belt can check whether the capabilities are equal to the package it has. Okay, and we can have another script somewhere which runs the component stuff, and it will check if there's something in the input buffer. It will process that data, and then it will move it to the output buffer once it's processed. So, packet data, this is the packet data. So this is the type, public, float, process amount. Okay. That'll be 0 for pretty much all the time, but once it goes into somewhere, it will get processed at the rate of the thing, and then right, okay. So now, when it comes to the placement system, where are we? Here. So, place object. I need to do a couple of different things here. So I need to Jesus Christ, the this placement system just requires access to everything basically, which does make sense, right? Rotation, that's rotation. Check ABB, that's fine. Okay, check for input, yep, that's fine. Set up ghost is fine. Place object, I think I need a couple of different place objects. So, I want to add this to everything there. If it's a building item, we want to do this. If it's a belt, belts are handled by themselves, so we don't have to worry about that actually. I do want to add another tag to them, which is going to be the yeah, all right, okay. But I need to add a tag to them, which is going to be under belts technically. Do you have access to the belts? I don't think it's going to be up there, so no. Not sure where you're using the packets from, but must be something I've done down here. Oh yeah, packet info buffer, yeah, that's fine. So I need to add a belt, add a tag to every item we place in the world that basically does a box check against every other item in the world. Not every item, but every item with it. When I put an item down, I want to basically make sure that any item that's next door to it. So if I put down if I put down this, that's fine because there's nothing near it. But if I put down a belt here, which is invalid. Interestingly, it's invalid on both sides. Oh, really, that side. Okay, I think that's because the check AABB is a. Where is it here? Yeah, it might need to be a little tiny bit smaller. No, but it's still invalid. Interesting. Why? That's interesting. Because you should be shrinking. That is interesting. I don't know why that's not. I don't want to make it too small. If I make it too small, it is possible that the I could put those inside each other, which is something I don't. Yeah, like that. See, that's not. Let's do it 99 again. Let's go into our prefab. So, hang on, if I play here, put one of these down, I put one, I can't put one right next to it. Okay, we can't put them right next to each other. Really? Kind of do want to be able to do, honest. Dumb thing to do, but I want to have the opportunity for players to do that if they want to. Excuse me. So that's valid. That is not valid. Okay, so this is not valid here. Okay, so cool. Now if I go 3, it won't only put it this way, but it will that way. So sneezy sneeze. Let's go into the prefab for the belts here. Let's go to the bots collider. Let's see what we're doing here. So 0.9 there. So if I change this to 0.9, and then sneeze my head off, make the box collider slightly smaller, okay, which is absolutely fine. Where? Okay, I keep sneezing. How strange. Yeah, so it's slightly smaller, so it's not intruding from the edges, which is fine. When we raycast into this, we'll make sure to raycast far enough to actually reach it, which is only 0.05 anyway, because 1 meter is well, that's 1 meter. Our marker, that's 1 meter, and the marker is covering. Can we move you? Let's put you to 10 by 10. And raise you up so I can actually see the bottom of your. That should be. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, no, you need to be 0.5. 0.05 because your previous points from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we are running on a much more minute scale. Everything's like 0.10. So when we raycast forward, we don't just raycast forward by 0.1, we raycast by 0.05. Okay. So that's still interesting. That's invalid on the end now. That's weird. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so your socket has an incorrect it should be 0.5, 0.5, 7.75. Ah! How dare you? How dare... Oh. Minus? No. Oh, so that should be 0, yeah. Okay. I think because I've mucked about with these so many times, it's messing up things. Let's have a look at the component as well. Yeah, you've got random numbers for this. So 0.5. The Y is 0.82. We've got here. You should be 20. 1.55 on the Y. Okay. Okay, and then the Z is 4.65. That's a weird number. Mind you, no, that's probably right because it's there. So I actually want this to be 5. I want this to extend outside of it slightly. Then we raycast in, we can actually hit stuff inside there. So yeah. Then Z is going to be 0, and yeah, so that's. The actual hitbox for this doesn't even need to be up high, it could be down low as well. But there we go. Make those numbers a little bit more realistic now. Let's see here. So if we put that down there, we can put that up there. It's not valid there. That is weird. Valid down there. But the ghost extend is different. That's weird. Oh, no, you're not even allowed to do that anymore, even though we shrunk down your Belt Ghost doesn't have a the Belt Ghost does have a hitbox. You should not have a hitbox. Okay, that's probably a problem. Nope, still says no. Which means I can't put a belt in. That is weird. That is honestly strange. We're even shrinking down the size of the box. Why? Okay, let's save you. Let's go to components. Do 19.9 and then 4.9. Yep, okay. So that fixes that problem, but it still is valid for... Oh no, see, now that makes no sense. You are not projecting the correct way, are you? Well, that's allowed now, so that's a good thing. What if we went in and did... I actually thought this world position thing did, but then it... Flight 3, so I'd have to remove... I even saved that. I did. See, now it's invalidating again. Only on one end. That is so weird. My only guess is that it's the box it's trying to hit against isn't the same size as Yeah, that's the only thing I think of is a. Made that 1 by 1. Okay, now you say that's valid. Okay, so let's go to components. Let's make this 20 by 5. And we'll go to sockets and we'll make this 22 by 5. You can't put them next door to each other. But you can on that end. Yeah, this is definitely. I think the collider box is offset slightly. Okay, so you're saying it's invalid that way. I don't know why it says it's not invalid that way, but I don't. Ah, because you're using the world render bound. That's interesting. You're using the world render bounds, not the collider bound. So what if I just went reset on this to get the random numbers that appear to be, yeah. Unless I've made this model incorrectly. So one side is slightly bigger than the other, which is entirely possible. So let's do a here. But 3 offset equals new float 3 0.01 f comma so we want to shrink the extends in. So you're letting me put stuff next door to each other. You're still not letting me do end to end, which is weird. But now you are letting me do the and in fact you're letting me do the belts underground as well. Uh-oh. Oh, I think I know why that is. Hold on. You want to be the entire area. Nope. Nope, that's because you're... Bring the X in and Z in, don't bring the Y in. Right, my model is getting a little bit stuck there because I am slouching right back down in my chair, and let me I'll do that. Now my actual camera can see me. Okay, so that's invalid. That is valid. That is valid. That is valid. Yeah, this must offset slightly on one side rather than the other, so I don't know. Okay, so if we go inside, it's invalid. It says no. Okay, so that's good. Right. All I need to do is figure out this here. So if I put the chip in here now and do the same, yep, that's still valid, and then invalid for that. Okay. Cool. So if I rotate you around, yeah. So right, okay, okay. But this guy. Naughty wanderer, naughty wanderer. I do hope he's feeling okay though. This model is slightly too big on one side compared to the other, because it's the physical extends, not the box collider. We're going up against the box collider. And I should be able to tell that by this here. This should be... Well, that's the position actually, that's fine. The biggest problem is I can't tell. Let's reset your transform. Make you massive again. There you go. Okay. Now let's see whether we can. I don't see any. Okay, okay, nope, right, nope. You know what? We'll just leave that. it is working as intended. We simply have a weird thing where you can't line two up together like this. You have to rotate them around, boop, and then get another one, and then do that, and then get another one, and then you have to rotate that one around like that. And, yeah, okay, so I messed this model up somewhere. This model is slightly too big on, I think, this end. But you'll never be able to tell. But on this end of the model, the it's slightly larger than on the end of this one, so it leans over. So although the box collider is fine and lined up just well, the thing, the actual extends, the actual model itself is too big, so that's why we get no width in there. That's fine though, that doesn't matter. What's important, however, is that we can build that, and then we can build belts that connect to it, come around along the edge of it, can do all the bits and pieces, but we can't build under it. So I can build belts. Like that. Right, so now what I want to do is so we are bringing in the offsets by this, okay, but which is fine. I need two when we put an object down the world, when we place an object, check for input, place object. It doesn't matter what object it is. Well, it does really. If it's a component, I don't really want to care about the order. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because what if we have belt set up and then you plug a new component into it? We want to reset the whole thing. So we want to add a new tag, which is going to be refresh connections. So let's create a new folder, connections, and let's create a new entity. So reset connection tags. Boop. And you are going to be an empty tag. Then here, so if it has a buildable object data of so when we click, we send in the entity. Okay, so if the entity we're over has a buildable object data, and then we reset the ghost, which is fine. Okay, so here, after we've checked everything and we've done all the bits and pieces, I want to add a component Oh dear. We'll use ECB2. Add component. And C, comma new connections. Reset connection tag. I did not know I could do it that way. Ah. Buildables are definitely needed in here, we know that. The mouse input buffer is via player input. We're going to need that as well because we use that in many places. Material buffer is used a lot here. What else we got here? We use destroy entity data a lot. And the reason I want to do that is because I believe, but I might be on old stuff, that if you don't say using, if you directly reference things, it means when you come back to Unity, it should take less time to compile because it's not forever checking all of these. So the idea of putting things in different namespaces is that when you adjust something in a namespace, Unity only refreshes the data for that namespace, and for every using statement, it has, so if I update the placement system here in this script, it not only has to double check this script, it also has to check all of the using statements to make sure none of them have changed as well. But I believe if you cast it this way, so we do component data, and it doesn't recheck this, I might be on very old information, but I think that's it if you don't add a using statement. So I can't really tell because unfortunately lots of the code is so intertwined with each other at the moment, which is not how we're supposed to be programming, but I kind of have to program this way because I am separating bits out, but it's needed. So yeah, and it works the other way around as well. If I was to change something in the player input, then because this is using it, Unity has to recompile this as well to make sure it's doing that. Again, if you use this statement here, I don't think it recompiles it. I don't think so. I'm not sure. So if I get rid of the using statements and start doing the whole other stuff there, this is why I think burst is constantly redoing, because I think burst gets recompiled as well. New demo account called Exonautis. Because I'm nautical clone. Oh, okay. Exonautis. Let me have a. Ooh. Underwater sci-fi survival game set on an oceanic exoplanet. Not due out till 2026. But does have a demo, yes. Oh, it's got a Kickstarter. Launched in February. I should look into that. Ooh, looks pretty. As somebody who's never played Subnautica, yeah. Giant nightmares lurk. You must craft equipment, pilot new vehicles, and build new outposts to uncover the truth hidden in the abyssal depths of the planet EO3. This time demo. Oh, okay. Might have to have a look at that. I said they have a Kickstarter as well. Let's see how well they're doing on Kickstarter. This can tell you a good idea of how great the game is. If people really love the demo. Okay, so the how long has it got to go? Scroll. So by April the 12th. So they're so it started the 26th of so they're 2 weeks in, and they've got another 4 weeks to go. They've only got they've got 10% of their goal in 2 and a bit weeks. It's a little concerning. Got 28 days to go. Steam. Install. There we go. Cool. We'll give that a try. Give that a try at some point. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Distraction done. Right. So, $46 for the cheapest hit that gives you a game key. No, I don't think so. The basic bundle. Blade Critter basic bundle. It says £20. There's no way £20 is $46. No way. The exchange rate's not that bad, is it? Really? Really? Is the exchange rate that bad? Holy. £20 is 46 New Zealand dollars. What's your exchange rate versus the US, the dollar? Mind you, the dollar. I say right now it's 1.2 dollars to the pound. It's just really good. Oof. Oof. No, it is. It is. The pound to New Zealand dollar is 2.25. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Holy hell. That is, you need to get yourself a UK bank account and then just buy them in the UK. I never realized the exchange rate was that bad. Yeah, it's God, it's been over 2 for 8. Wow. But the problem, even if you can't get a UK bank account, it wouldn't work that way, because sending money you'd hit the exchange rate and it would still be the same. It would still be, yeah. Oof. Wow. Right. Okay. Sorry. Completely distracted by other things. Yay. Right. So what do I want to do? Play. Put a socket in here. Let's see here. So go to the CPU. Scroll down. So what have we got here? We've got that for container packet. We've got so many buffers on here. So ignore the child. Ignore the linked entity group. We don't want those. So this processor has a cache size of 1, which is the minimum cache size anything can have. That means it can process 1 packet of data per time. The higher the cache size, the more packets it can process at the same time. Or the more internal storage it has, I think. So you don't have to wait for stuff to be on the belts. The belt will come in and it will deposit an item inside it. It will process it, switch it over to its output, and then whatever belts you have output will output. I'm not going to have specific pins do specific things. It's just input output on whatever side you want to do. So and the bigger the cache it has, the more it can store inside it and process in one go. So that can obviously help with if it's got multiple things to do. It can be processing multiple different things. So I think that's the way I should be doing it. Yeah, so it can have like a little internal, that gets its own internal memory, so it can process stuff. So it doesn't have to wait for the next item to come off the belt. It's got them in there, so it can quickly go dum 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 dum, and then output them all here. So yeah. The processing speed is how quickly it processes packets. I don't know what ratio I'm going to do there. However, this is the bits I want to do here. So we have a dynamic buffer container, packet input buffer. Let me make this bigger. And packet output buffer. So the input buffer will be a packet will come along and it will go into the input buffer up to the maximum cache size. So if the input buffer has 1 item in it, it cannot take any more in there. So they'll sit on the belts and do nothing. It processes. When the process is finished, it moves it from the input buffer to the output buffer. which means the input buffer will be free, and then the belts can go, hey, I can put another one in. Ba-dum, 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 and there you go. Maybe. I'll get to that in a minute. And then the output buffer will go, hey, we'll go there. We now have something in the output buffer, again, up to the maximum cache size. So it's got one input buffer and one output buffer, and then we'll go, hey, I'll output from here. So, boom. The maybe is that I think the belts are going to move stuff down the belts themselves. So belts will deal with belts, that's fine. When they get to a component, I think the component should be the thing that inputs and outputs. And it should or should it? No, I think it should just move stuff to its input and output. So the belt should go. No, hang on. So if I have multiple belts coming into this item, insisting here, like do we have? Let's say we have 3 belts, and all 3 belts have items on them to go into the processor. If we let the belts do it, it's possible that when the item buffer ends up emptying, all 3 belts will dump something into here, which is not what we want to do. I want to make sure we only do 1. So maybe when it comes to input, it should be a grabber system. So the component will grab off belts, and the output is the other way around. The belts will grab from the component. So it should always be a pulling based system. So a belt, let's put a belt in. So we've got 3 belts, boom, boom, boom. So this belt has an item, and if it's ready to hand it over, it will have an input and output buffer as normal. It will take it to the input buffer. It will move it along the belt physically till it gets to the end, and then once it gets to the end point, it will go, hey, I'm ready, so I'll put it in my output buffer. And then the one in front of it will go, well, hey, you've got an output buffer, so I will pull from the output buffer. So everything pulls, and then this will pull off the belt. That means that they will only pull if they're ready. They won't be forced onto them like that. So if you've got multiple inputs, I don't want to have 3 input at once. If it's a pull system, it will only pull. It will go, hey, I've got space in my buffer. Let me check a belt. I will pull from that belt. Which means every belt that plugs into this needs to register that it's a connection, which is fine. We can do that as well. We can have a buffer of connections, and you can connect all of them. One thing I want to make sure I don't do is I don't want belts connecting to, we could have belts connected to other belts, but there's no point in this sort of game. I want to have a there's no reason to have 2 belts coming and joining 1 belt. Although there could be a thing. So say, oh no, because each packet's going to be individual. So you're going to be sending this one here, this one here. It won't have to go through multiple things. Like a packet won't have to go to compute and then go to GPU and then someone else. Although it potentially could, I suppose. It could, you could have to run it through here and then through someone else, and then let's just do one at a time here. So yeah, so we want a pull system. Okay. So that means my belts don't need to know what's in front of them. They need to know what's behind them. Because they always want to be checking to pull from the belt behind them. Yeah, and I don't think I want to have I've also just seen a potential problem with this. So these two are belt pieces, right? Now, the first one is the top and the second one is the side. But what if I suppose that's just the that's this, isn't it? So if I turn these around, it flips around. So it's all based on the material elements. Okay. But the first material you put on there will be the first thing. Because I don't think I want belts connecting to each other. I don't think I want to do that. If you want to have belts connected to each other, you would have to build a connector, like a Ikari does. A belt cannot connect to a belt. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, because what I'm thinking of doing is changing the. Was it? That's right. Yawning again now. Oh, so I was thinking about putting runners on the side of it, so it's they are so they can't connect sideways, and then have a bit out the front, which is fine and doable. But the problem with that is that if we do the AABB check via extends, and I have something poking out the front, the belt's never going to be able to do that. If I could get, if this could not use the extends, because it's using the extends for the first texture, which is the base texture, which is the whole thing. Maybe I want to get the physics collider. dot geometry dot geometry. Oh. Collider PTR? Nope. Value dot value dot value dot most dot so I need to get the you have a physics collider on you? You do not have a physics collider. So the physics collider is here. So how do I get the not convert Unity entities block assets physics collider to Unity mathematics.aabb. I can't get the world render bounds of just the ghost item because it doesn't exist. I'm sure this crashes, isn't it? Yeah. No rendering bounds have been added to it because it doesn't technically have a model. That's why we have to get the ghost of the linked layer group, which is fine. Extent, so yeah, see that's the physical model. I want to get the bots collider. No convention. Unity physics blocks color and I component data. What? Dot. Oh, you can cast the collider. Oh, okay. Geometry. Let me undo this back to where it was before I get myself utterly confused. Then this here. Then at 3 WRB equals system API.get component box collider post dot geometry cannot be used as a parameter. Why can box collider not be used as a parameter? Physics collider dot value. So collider be dot yeah, I know I never get confused, so I don't know. Value dot calculate AABB. Oh, hold on. AABB physical value dot calculate AABB. Physics AABB to mathematics AABB. Okay. Right. That apparently works. Well, let's find out if it works or not. Hold on. Boom. No. Physics collider has not been added to the entity. You are correct. Because I am I removed the box colliders from the ghosts. Okay, and now you are like, I don't like this. Help me. Huh. You're apparently valid. Why are you not valid? You're up the right? No, okay, so you're still not valid. Yeah, this one is valid. And you say you're valid even when you put okay, so my extends is not working. We can box cast. Requires a center, a quaternion, half extended direction. Yeah, no, let's not do that. So it can't be you. Remove the box color from that anyway, just to. Right, why is that invalid? Is it clipping through the floor? No. But that I am very confused here. Hold on, have I missed something out on the belt coast? No. Right, okay, so my extend is not working the way I think it does. This is not working the way I think it does, because the belt works, the other one doesn't, and that makes no sense. Because you guys have got a box collider on you, and you're 0.9 by 1 by that, so the box collider is valid, but you still let me put things on top of you. Canes? Do calculate A, B, B obviously isn't working. I don't know. Right. So you're hitting something, but you're not hitting something if it's the belt. Make that one. Play. You still say you're valid. Okay. Let's make you 10 by 10. You still say you're valid. 10 by 10 by 10. Play. You still say you're valid. don't know why that's put it up there. Wait a minute. You should be an entity. You should be ignore raycast. Okay. Entities, you should be ignore raycast. Entities, ignore raycast. Okay, play. No, you still say you're valid. That I mean, that's fine, but oh, now you say you're not valid. Right. Right, okay. Outpost, reset. Wow. Oh, I bet that's I bet I know what this is. Times 0.05 F. We're not going to use the offset. I bet that is because I'm shrinking everything down. That's doing an extends, and it's doing the extends based on the real world size of it. There we go. That looks a bit better. Doop. Okay, so that is valid there, but you're not valid when you go next to another belt, which is very interesting. And for some bizarre reason, you're still doing that odd thing on the end there. So I think what I need to do is I need to clear up these guys. So 0.05, 0.91, and that wants to be 0.9 as well. You're saying 0.05, 0.9. I think I just need to tidy up the so 0.5. I don't know why that's the way it is. So this is 20. This should be 4.9, 19.9. 5 should be 0.75 up. Z is on 0. Okay, right, cool. $19.9, 0.5, 4.9. Okay. .75. Nope, this is 0. So 21.9, 1, 4.9. so we are. Nope. I think that's still the pivot point is off, or like a fraction there. I don't know. However, I can do this here. I can't put things underneath that. That's not valid. This still works. Cool, cool, cool. You can snap inside there and still put belts inside there. That's fine. Yeah, one end of this is definitely bigger than the others. Okay, which is odd though, because the we now made the thing smaller, so okay. But now we are raycasting based off of the box sliders, so it doesn't matter how big I make the model inside it, it shouldn't change anything. It's doing it based off the actual box collider. Cool. And I need to times it by 0.05 to get the world scale that we're using. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's very good. Now that means I can actually set the box colliders on things, and that will work fine. I had to create box colliders. Well, I do know how to make them dynamically. I don't know how to set them. Like I don't know how to set them to not non what's it numbers. Always make the problem with timesing this is that the bigger the model, the less of a, so you need an offset as well. So what if we undid that and then did minus offset at the end? And I will go to the socket again. We'll go to the ghost socket ghost, and we will reset the thing. So basically, this would be if we added a box collider at programming stage. You're invalid on two sides, which are not invalid on that side, and I think that is to do with the pivot point. Yes, because the pivot point's offset because the models are different size, and I don't really know how to fix that. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you should work on that side. Okay, let's rotate you around by 2 and then see. That's valid, that's invalid, that's valid, that's invalid, that's valid, that's invalid. But still this side is the problem. Okay, so I guess it's oh, hold on. I'll have to do that. I don't want to change the wall position, I want to just move the thing. better. That's better. Works on that end too. Works on that side there. Doesn't work on this side here. That's because the model is broken. Okay. Right, go back to components. Reset the box collider. Reset the box collider. Go back to belts. Reset the box collider. I need to do it without me changing any magic numbers, because if I create items in code, all I can do is add a box collider on them. I can't then round all these numbers and stuff. I can't figure out. I mean, I could round them all to just 2 decimal places or something. That would be easy to do. But I don't know whether that's a viable solution to what I'm trying to do here. So, okay. Yep, cool. So the box now works. Excellent. Oh, got the hiccup. Okay. I might have to, with this guy, make sure it's an odd number. I might have to always just kind of make sure it's an odd number. So instead of being a 40 pin, it should be like a 38 pin would take 2 or 4. Yeah, 38 pin. So when we divide it by 2 for the sides, it becomes an odd number. So all the sides added together must be an odd number. So right now we've got 22 plus 22 plus 5 plus 5. That's 44. That's 54, which she's an odd number. It's 27. So that don't work. The sides with the connectors on them. Yes, the sides with the connectors on them. So right now we're 40. Well, we're 22. So we're 44. Divided by 2 is 22. So we'd have to come down by 2 to 38. Okay, so I do feel like we've gotten somewhere. I do actually feel like that's which makes a very nice change. I don't know why my it's not. It looks like it's above the grid, but it's not. So yeah, and I've got all the stuff I need for the belts. The reason I started mucking about in this A and B one is because we need to use it again elsewhere. So I wanted to make sure this was firing on the box colliders, not the render bounds. I went on the box colliders. That's cool. I also know that you can basically get the physics collider of an object, and then you can do a box cast on it, but you need to give it loads of stuff. So this, I don't think it could be simplified, but yeah. Oh dear. So yeah, so when we place the object, we do all this here, blah, 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 and we add the resets connection tag, which will then, when it finds a resets connection tag, it will also, we want to add a setup connection. Well, let's do that before I give up and go to bed for the night. And see something. So setup connections tag. Measurement system. Do I want to add a setup connections tag? Yes, I do. But I want to have this set up connection tags. I need this to be... an enableable component. So the reset tag can be added and removed as and when needed. But the reset tag will basically only fire that will have a system running that will detect the reset tag. If it does detect the reset tag, it will then fire a raycast, a bots cast around whatever object it's got, because it can get that by doing the it can get the entity, and then we can do a job, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah, we'll figure. Yeah, and it will fire a bots cast around the object, slightly larger than the object, and it will trigger every item around there that has the setup connections tag to re-enable, and then the setup connection system will be one that fires the raycast to go, hey, what's in front of me? What's behind me? What's here? What's there? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. And then I can also, if we come to remove, because we're going to want to be able to remove belts and things, I should be able to reset all the connections in the same way. We'll when we remove an item, I might just put down a I know how to do it. I know how to do it. Because our destroy item actually has a timer system on it. So what I could do is I could tell it to... No, I can't do it that way. I need to remove the item, and then we'll figure that one out. We'll figure that one out later. But now I'm going to need this because I am tired. I'm tired. So, but I do very much feel like we have actually gotten somewhere. It's only taken me 4 streams to actually get somewhere. But we have the system in place for doing things. So next time, I will actually get belts working. And I need to wrap my head around the idea of creating dynamic objects. Yeah, right, okay. Yawn. Yeah. Blah. Let us leave this one here. And I feel the last couple of programming streams I've done, I have left and I have felt very, very disappointed that I haven't managed to achieve anything, and that I just haven't been able to do the things I wanted to do. Not even get close to do the things I wanted to do. This time I do feel like I have achieved stuff. Didn't actually get the belts working, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We've got the box collider chain thing changed. We've got items being put down in the correct places. We have the buffer system up and running for items to come in there. We have got packages or packets ready to go and do their things. So that'd be cool. I've called them the packets, even though packets I've just realized is a networking term, not an internal term. You don't send a packet of data from the motherboard to the chip. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe it's an interchangeable term. I'm just going to call it packets. I don't care. But we're going to leave this here, and we will come back on Tuesday for more programming. But before that, tomorrow, Sassy, we will have more Elden Ring. We will do more multiplayer Elden Ring with Silver and Jokers, and then I have no idea for Sunday and Monday. A loft at some point. I know that. I know we'll have a loft at some point. Yeah. And maybe I'll have a new game. Yeah, maybe we'll play a new game. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I do hope to see you again in the next one. Until then, as always, have fun.